Okay, let's try this question here. It says, if cos 35 degrees is k, use a diagram to figure out the following in terms of k. What do they mean? They mean make a picture like this. See, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So if this is k over 1, the adjacent side is k, the hypotenuse is 1, and by Pythagoras, the hypotenuse squared minus the other side squared, if I take the square root of that, I'll get the other side, the square root of 1 minus k squared. You see, x squared, this side squared equals 1 squared minus k squared. So square root it, I get that side. Now I can answer all the questions. Okay, the first one, the sine of 55. Well, if that's 55, the sine would be k over 1. It equals the cosine, which is also k. So that's it, just equals k. So the sine of 55 equals the cos of 35, which equals k. Well, the tangent of 215 degrees, you have to go to where that is, which is 35 degrees past 180. The reference angle is 35. Well, we've got a picture now. The tangent of 35, opposite over adjacent is tangent. The answer is root 1 minus k squared over k. Now for the next question, you need to draw these special triangles. Because look, 150 degrees, the reference angle is 30 if you know where this is. 300 degrees is 60 degrees. I'm away from 360. The horizontal, the reference angle is 60. This is 45 degrees past 180, more than 180. The reference angle is 45. And that's why, to know where these things are, you figure out the sine. And by just figuring out what the reference angles are, you can get these 30, 60, and 45 degrees here. Let's do each one. The cosine of 150. There's where 150 degrees is. It's 30 degrees away from 180. That's why it's the cos of 30. But cosine is negative in that quadrant. Cosine's negative because only sine's positive there. So that's why you get a mark for going minus cos 30. Let's do the numerical ones. 300 degrees. You go to 300. It's 60 degrees away from the horizontal of 360. The reference is 60, but sine is negative down in the fourth quadrant. All stations to Cape Town tells you all about it. And the last one, numerical one, 225. 45 degrees past 180. It's really the sine of 45 degrees. Oh, yeah, the sine of 45 degrees, but it's actually negative down there. Okay, there's all those ones taken care of. What about 180 plus? Well, you go to 180. Plus means bending down into the theta, some acute angle, down into the third quadrant, where tangent is positive. That's why it's tangent theta. Another mark. The cosine of minus theta. That's bending down into the fourth quadrant, where cosine's positive. So that's why it's cos theta. The last question, a little bit harder. 540, if I take away 360, it's a fancy way of saying 180. It's a big way. It's in exactly the same place as 180. So this is really 180 minus theta. And 180, bending back in the negative direction to the second quadrant, sine's positive up here, so it's just the sine of theta. There's 6 of your 8 marks just by going to the right place. Now you're going to use your special triangles and replace the sine of 30 adjacent over hypotenuse root 3 over 2. The sine of 60, go to 60, root 3 over 2. Hey, those are going to cancel. Tangent is sine over cosine. The sine of 45, 1 over root 2, opposite over hypotenuse. And it's squared, this one. Oh, you got 2 negatives and a negative squared. The answer should be positive. But look at all the things that will cancel. Those guys cancel. That means it equals 1. Cos and cos cancel here. That just equals 1. Sine and sine cancel. That just equals 1. But 1 over root 2 times 1 over root 2 is 1/2. And 1 divided by a half goes into 1 2 times. or tip in times, and you'll get 2. And there's your final answer. Everything all done.